Nico, this is an incredible film for you. Where did the concept for it come from to you?
Well, I like the throwback films of the 1990s where they were just kind of easy scripts, easy storylines, and good over evil, little romantic interest in the film. And yeah, it's just a fun movie. It's a meat and potatoes movie.
Were you always in mind then to play Tony?
I was because I was one of the writers. And so I was so
I
into
didn't know if you were writing for yourself.
Yes, it's always fun. But you know what? You know the character. When you write the script, you really understand and know the character and, his motivations and everything else. So it makes it quite easy.
You have some incredible co-stars. Tyrese is in this, Danny Trejo, Mina Suvari. How involved were you when it came to the casting of the movie?
Well, I had some input on who I thought we would like to go after, but man, I'll tell you, when the cast finally came together and we looked around, we're just kind of thanking our lucky stars, going, "Wow, how were we so blessed to have all of these greats?" We got Harvey first, and as soon as we got Harvey, it was pretty easy to fill in the rest of the cast because who doesn't want to work with Harvey Keitel, you know?
What made Chad then the perfect Bobby for your Tony?
So we went through a list of a lot of different people to look at, and we came down to Chad because we thought he had a good look. We looked through some of the former roles that he's played, kind of militant and stuff like that. And he was kind of looking for something non-military, which kind of gave him an option. He said it was the first time he ever played a bad guy. And I said, well, great. It expands your horizon a little bit here. But he was really dialed in on the character. And you can see when you watch the film how committed he was to this great character he played.
All right, you're obviously in great shape, but did you have to change things up to play, those shirtless, chain-wearing
My
scenes?
goodness. Yes, it's torture to watch people around you have a donut or a Snickers or yeah. So yeah, it's about 90 days of preparation and training. I try to stay basically in shape, so working out every day. But when you get on something like that, your diet is what it's all about. And so it's about a 90-day preparation of a diet for a role like that. It was difficult.
Oh, goodness. Well, it pays off.
Yeah, well,
Visually, it pays.
this time I was fortunate. It paid off. Yes. So afterwards, we had a nice pizza dinner, and yes, it was back to the basics.
Well, as I said, every part of this is just incredible because it's action-packed. Was there a particular scene that you found was harder, though, to go from script to screen?
Well, it was a long shoot for me. It was 28 days, and I was in 27 of them. So by the time we shot the 27th day, I was physically exhausted. I mean, you're doing 14 to 16-hour days often. The diet was catching up to me. The mental strain of being in so many scenes. So I get to go up against a fight scene with Oleg Prius. 6'6", 280-pound Oleg Prius, and I'm going, now I get to fight him. So it was the final scene that we had shot, and it was the bathroom scene that we have with him. And that man is so strong, so powerful that you just can't even imagine. And so he was beating me around the bathroom pretty good on that final day.
I mean, those Russian martial arts are not easy on the
Oh,
body.
no, no, it was exhausting day on the final shoot, but hey, but I think we got what we wanted, and Oleg was happy, and I was happy. So,
Some of my favorite moments are the scenes with Danny Trejo because it looked like fun while you're also building this incredible vehicle that sort of reminded me of a tank almost. Talk about
uh,
working with Danny.
gosh, something you don't know what you're going to get when you meet a new actor, and I didn't know Danny personally before this shoot. He is the kindest, most unbelievable person that I've met in all of acting. I say, if you don't know Danny Trejo, you really should go try to meet him at some point in your life. He's just a wonderful person, and we shot some pretty intense scenes together. And afterwards, he said, pulls me across the side. He says, did you write this? And I said, yeah, I did. He goes, man, I want to thank you. And I said, thank me for what? And he says, most people hire me for bang, bang, shoot, shoot, kill, kill. And he
Yeah.
goes, you really let me have a character that I could sink my teeth into. And it showed. He owned that character. He was so emotionally involved when he was talking about his parents. And man, he was just so happy to play a role that somebody could, give him his acting chops because he's a phenomenal actor,
Yeah. He's
but
one of
he's
the
a
hardest
better
working
person.
men.
Yeah.
What was it like for you driving the wrecker post changes that you all made to it?
Well, it was fun. It was, the transformation. It's the same truck. So then the first scenes and then the final scenes, same truck, but with all the alterations, obviously we made to it. It was quite something to see it transformed into what we now have as the Wrecker Point 2.0. But all the gadgets and things like that. So it was amazing to see that. And when we pulled it onto the set the first day, the cast was just aghast at what we did. So even myself, when I first saw it, I was like, "Oh my goodness, look at this Mad Max creation! It was awesome." Yeah.
You have some incredible scenes. There's Harvey. You have some scenes
Mm.
with Tyrese. Is there a particular one that holds a special place in your heart, one that you really loved shooting?
Well, I'll tell you, anytime you can be in a scene with Harvey Keitel, it's special. And Tyrese, well, he's just a pro. He was so amazing in the cast. But I had two in particular scenes that I really, really enjoyed was my scenes with Chad because they were my brother in the film, and
Wow,
they were so difficult, so emotional, and those scenes I think really turned out as some of my favorites in the script and in the final film. But my daughters, I have two daughters myself, twin 13-year-old daughters. And so the scenes that I had with my daughters, I think were really some of my favorite. They were so touching. And I think they really rounded out, there's so much action in the film. So that when we slow it down with these emotional scenes with my daughters and with Chad, I think those are probably my favorite scenes.
well, it's start to finish an adrenaline rush. How did you shake off a long day of filming?
Well, you get some good sleep, that's for sure. But it's just rewarding. And when you sign on for a 28-day shoot like this, where it's just go, 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 and a lot of fight scenes and a lot of expending energy and things like that, you just say, hey, we understand what we're signing on for. It's 28 days of just knuckling down and making it happen, and
Mm.
then you sleep when it's over, like they say, you sleep when you're dead. So it was one of those great scripts that we just all really got to the finish line and celebrated in big fashion because we knew we had something great.
Well, is there something you particularly took away from the project? Learning something about making movies or maybe about yourself along the way?
Well, I did. You can do anything that you really put your mind to, and getting in that type of shape. And when they first scheduled this film, I was 210 pounds, and when I showed up to set the first day, I was 190 pounds.
Ooh.
And so you actually look bigger on camera, but I was actually 20 pounds lighter to look like that. And so, what I kind of pulled away from this was you can do anything you put your mind to. And um, what I liked most about this particular script is everybody that showed up really bought into this one. And I've been on probably 25 film sets, but I've never been on one where they came together like they did for the record, just going, man, there's just something feels special about this one. So when we finished it, I think we all just kind of looked around and smiled and went, something, I think we have something here. I think something the audience is really going to enjoy.
It's a great film, start to finish. I think a lot of people are just going to really, really enjoy watching you guys fight. These fight scenes are just epic. So thank you so much for taking your time to chat with me.
Oh, thank you so much. It was great. And, I just hope that everybody understands that we just set out to shoot a film that people would just sit back and enjoy. It's not complicated, it's just fun. And I think that's what I want to get out of it.